It's Ash from Super Videos back for another video. This video we're going to be talking about the finale of Season 7, 7/16, which is going to be called The First Day of the Rest of Your Life. So, we're going to talk about who I think is going to die. So it's like a small death prediction for the finale. Based on Scott M. Gimple's interview, we know that there is going to be losses, there's going to be deaths, and I did a separate video on that if you want to check it out. This video is basically just going to be me giving actual characters I think are going to die. So obviously this prediction is going to contain spoilers from the comic book, so if you're not caught up with the comic, you may not want to watch this video because it may spoil some things for you. At least up to issue 115 of The Walking Dead's comic book. So let's start with main characters. There's going to be at least 2 main character deaths and then probably some other minor deaths as well. So in terms of the main character deaths, I think we're going to get the Holly death from the comics in the finale of Season 7. Now, who is Holly going to be replaced with in the TV show for this specific scene or this death scene? I think it's going to be probably Sasha. So Sasha is going to get Holly's comic death. So she's going to be captured and she's going to turn into a walker and they're going to bring her back to Alexandria with a cover on her head so no one can see if she's alive or not. And then when someone takes the hood off, they're going to be bit and then they're going to die as well. So Sasha's going to get the Holly death. Now, who is Sasha as a walker going to bite in this episode? I think either Rosita or Tara, one of those two. So that's going to be 2 main deaths. Sasha and then either Rosita or Tara. Now, in terms of minor deaths, I think we're going to see a lot of saviors die. Not just the more known saviors, but also background saviors as well. Because if you remember in the comic book, in issue 114, we have Shiva the Tiger coming in and ripping all of the saviors apart. So I'm pretty sure we're going to get 2 or 3 saviors that are going to die by getting bit by Shiva the Tiger, which is going to be epic to see on screen. So that's going to be that. So at least 3 background saviors, really background saviors. Now in terms of the more known saviors, I think we're going to see Jared die. Jared is actually the savior that was with the saviors that were in charge of dealing with the kingdom. And he was the one that killed Benjamin. He shot him in the leg and then, of course, Benjamin bled out and he died. So I think Jared is going to die. Now, who is going to kill Jared? I think they're setting up Jared to die by the hands of Morgan using the staff stick. So Morgan is going to use the stick to kill Jared, which is going to be epic to see. Now, this is just a prediction. Nothing like this happens in the comics, so we don't really know, but I'm predicting that Morgan is going to kill Jared with the stick. At least that's what they've been setting up. And it's most likely going to happen. The other savior is probably Davy or Scary Davy. He's the one savior that beat up Aaron, that was being creepy to Enid. So he is definitely got to go. Now in the comics, he does exist. And he ends up dying by the hands of the man of the hour himself, Negan. So Negan ends up killing him. Now, the reason that happens is basically because in the comics, Holly gets captured, David tries to rape her, and then, of course, Negan, who has his own rules about those kind of stuff, stops David and slits his throat because they don't do that. And Negan does not stand for things like that in his community. So I think that's going to happen in the finale. I think Sasha is going to be captured. David is going to attempt to rape her. And then, of course, Negan is going to come and rescue Sasha and kill David. Now, of course, Sasha is going to end up getting killed along the way. In the comics, we don't see how that happens. We just see that Holly in the comics is a walker. But in the TV show, it would be cool to see how Sasha is actually going to die. So in terms of the saviors, I think the main saviors that are going to die are David and Jared and some other minor, very minor saviors. Sasha being a main character and then the other main character being either Rosita or Tara. Now, other than that, I think we may get some other minor character deaths or background character deaths from other communities. Whether it's the Junkyard community, whether it's the Kingdom, or the hilltop. From one of these three communities, we're gonna get probably just one background character death. Now, they gotta be careful because they don't want to kill a lot of people because there's still the war that's gonna be coming up. So that's the time to really kill off some background characters. I think the finale of this season, which is the trigger of the war or what starts the war, doesn't need to have a lot of background character deaths. So because of that, if they are going to kill background characters, they're just gonna do maybe one from all of these communities. But I want to know your opinions about this. What are your predictions about who you think we're gonna see die in the finale? Leave your opinions and thoughts in the comment section below. I'll be back for another video.